Okay, perfect. We're moving on now to, sorry, Schlereth, the Buccaneers. It's emotional now for you to relinquish the stronghold on the NFC South. Of course, Tom Brady and now Rob Gronkowski were the new look Brady Gronk Bucs. Colin, what do you got here?
Well, I think it's tough early. Again, Tom Brady and Bruce Arians are different personalities. And, I mean, I don't know. At the Saints, a couple of weeks later, at Denver, Chargers, at Chicago, Green Bay, it lightens up by about week 7. But, it would be – this was a schedule I was very interested in. That I thought, you know what, September could be rocky for them. They didn't get a lot of breaks. Denver's my kind of surprise team in the NFL this year. Left tackle's not great for them, and I don't trust them there. This is rough for Tom. I mean, New Orleans, again, veterans. Sean Payton and Drew Brees could walk into that game and look at the playbook 2 days earlier. Arians has a different style. He's dealing with young receivers and new receivers. I do love Todd Bowles. And to Mark's point, they played they may have been number 1 in the league defensively yards per play in the last 6 weeks. They played great football. But that is not, if you're Tom Brady, you look at that, and I got Saints defense. I got Denver, Vic Fangio, 2 pass rushers. The Chargers have 2 pass rushers. Chicago gets after it. And then I got to face Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty rough for the first 6 weeks.
Schlereth, how big of a difference is this going to be given the unique situation we're in with, the lack of ability to work with these guys in the offseason, the mini camps, the OTAs, things like that as a former player? Like, how big of a difference do you think this will make?
Well, I mean, obviously that's a huge difference. I think the other thing that's going to be really interesting when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is how you meld this offense together. Because Bruce Arians, Bruce loves to pretend that he likes to run the ball, but he didn't want to run the ball. They're going to run 22 duo 15 times and call it good, right? So he doesn't love to run the ball, and he loves to push it down the football field. Brady is one of those guys historically has been an underneath guy. He wants to throw it underneath. He wants to keep the chains moving. He wants to make that an extension, that short passing game as part of what he does. So how these two offensive minds kind of meld together and come to some kind of consensus of what we want to do. It reminds me a little bit of Peyton Manning when Gary Kubiak came into Denver, and Peyton Manning had been under center, and Peyton Manning had been running and orchestrating the offense the way he likes to run it, and Coobs had his system, and he wanted to run it the way he wanted, and they butted heads. They really, fought with each other. And, they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year based on the defense, but there's going to have to be some give and take here between coach and quarterback and come up with a system that they both can agree upon. But when you talk about just offensive personnel with Mike Evans and Godwin and Gronkowski and the other tight ends they have, I mean, they are stacked as an offense in general.
Colin, Fox Bet has set the over-under at 9.5. You go over or under on that?
I think they're about a 9-7 team, and I think, honestly, the schedule, I feel pretty comfortable saying that. I would take the under on that. Generally those over-under bets, the public loves the over. Everybody's optimistic. I tend to bet the unders on those. I think it's so hard to get to 11 or 12 wins in this league. Like Seattle, I love, but, they're up in the Pacific Northwest, so their travel schedule can be tougher.
For the best NFL coverage anywhere on the internet, follow NFL on Fox, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.